So today, some of the things we want to talk about are surrounding the patented AC companion process are the wins, not just financially, not just from an energy consumption, not just from a global footprint or what we're going to do for the economy, for the environment. We want to talk about some of the other wins as well. But one thing I want you to keep in mind when looking at this process today and looking at this video, the systems you're seeing currently are not the systems that the AC companion will be using in the end run. Some of this may look a bit obtrusive. I will tell you that they will be very, very aesthetically pleasing in the end. The system operating portion of it will be the size of a hand. The coils will be placed in boxes, they'll be closed up, they'll be secured, so there will be no eyesores, so to speak. Some of our ice vessels will be smaller, and the system will work just as well through each one of the processes. So I want you to bear that in mind as we go through this process today, and I look forward to showing you some of the wins from the AC Companion.
I'm Peter Billing. I'm here to introduce you to the AC Companion.
And I'm Scott Catron. I'm here to help drive some questions around the process, hopefully get some answers, and talk about some of the advantages and opportunities to have an AC Companion.
So let's go inside and start there, and then we'll work our way out here.
Absolutely. So today we're going to talk a little about the AC Companion and what it does and what it offers as far as cost savings, energy savings, and some of the wins to even wear and tear in your system. We're going to start by talking about some of the standard setups that you would find in your home. This is traditional, right? This is what you would see in a home?
It is. A furnace, coil, outdoor condensing unit.
Okay, so the add-ons is this portion here for your HVAC?
Correct, and this is set up for our lab. It would look much different than this, but let's start with ice production and how it works.
Okay.
So we're going to start with ice production.
Okay.
We're using this solenoid valve, which reroutes the refrigerant coming through our electronic expansion valve that's going down into this coil. And this coil also has glycol routed through it that goes out to our ice chamber that's producing the ice. So let's go outside and we'll go over that section of it and how it works.
Okay.
So out here you have your conventional condensing unit, and here's our ice storage vessel. So when we go into ice production late in the evening or early in the morning when it's more conducive to produce ice because of temperatures, we're taking the glycol that's going through that coil and it's coming out here and freezing our storage container so that we can use it later on when we go into cooling in the afternoon.
So much like a battery or a capacitor.
Correct.
So with this system, is this a standard size for this vessel?
This one's a little bit larger than what you'd see in our final product. But yes, you're going to be seeing about a 30 by 30 container.
Okay,
outside.
And does it have to sit right by this, or can it be placed remotely?
It can be placed wherever it fits into your house, or structurally it can go up on a roof.
So we talked a little bit about the ice vessel and some of the coils, some of the valves a little bit. Share with me, if you will, how the process actually works when it goes into the cooling phase.
Okay, so again, we're going to switch solenoid valves, and now we're going to start routing refrigerant back through this condensing coil down here. And what we're doing is, now we've switched valves and we're bringing the glycol back in. And what we're doing is pre-cooling the refrigerant before it goes into the evaporative coil, which allows us to have full capacity even on a 100-degree day.
So essentially what we're doing is tricking the system into thinking it's cooler outside.
We are. It's basically on a 100-degree day, this system thinks it's 70 outside because we're pre-cooling the refrigerant that's going back through the evaporative coil, and it allows us to save money and also run probably 30 or 40% less time.
Okay, so we talk about the savings and the efficiency standpoint. Potentially, what is that going to do to wear and tear on the system since it's not operating at that peak?
We think the longevity of the system will last probably twice as long as it does on a conventional system, just because it's running at low speed all the time.
And that would be on a traditional 2-ton like we have here up to a 100-ton system?
It doesn't matter on the tonnage.
Okay. So I noticed we have two systems here. is there a reason for having 2 AC units outside?
There is. This is for testing and to also show the savings on the AC Companion. So this system here has our patented AC Companion on it, and that one's just a conventional system that you'd find on any house.
Okay, so just a side-by-side comparison.
Correct.
Okay. Talked about potential energy savings of what we think somewhere in the neighborhood of 30–35%, just an energy draw.
Correct.
Now, if you get into a situation where you have tier pricing, it could be reduced by even more.
Yeah, and that depends on your region and where you're at. All the ice production is done during the early morning or late at night, so you're going to save money on your tier, on your electrical use as far as where you're at in your location.
Right, so energy savings is 30–35%. The rest of it comes off of the dollar amount off of tier pricing dropping down.
Correct. And then your other savings, again, is the capacity of that unit will always be what it is, a 5-ton. On a typical system on a 100-degree day, a 5-ton system's a 3.5. It will still be a 5-ton system with our AC Companion.
So with this system, which is the AC Companion, the patented system, it is a companion to a conventional standard HVAC you'd have on your property, be it residential, commercial, or industrial. But we're looking also now at putting a freestanding system in, correct? It would have an AC Companion built into it?
Correct. So the system we have right now will go along with any split system or a package system, and ultimately we will come out with an AC Companion that's already configured in a system or in unit that when you go to replace yours, you can put a brand new one in.
And the cost on that is only going to be a small percentage more than what a current standard HVAC system would cost. Obviously going to be some payback on it because of the savings in energy consumption that you're going to have throughout the year or 2 years or 3 years. The exact payback on that unit is unknown at this time, but it could be relatively soon. It could be
as short as a year.
Depends on your usage, correct?
Correct.
So if we're talking about a commercial property, your payback could be much shorter than a year.
It could be 6 months.
Okay. So let me ask you this. I have a commercial property and I have 5 units on the roof, 5 HVAC units on the roof. I have to buy 5 companions?
No, you'll be able to have one AC Companion and it will go into every system that's existing on the roof.
Okay. Okay, so we talked about the size of the unit, what we think it's going to look like, what we project it to be. We talked about the cost savings, the energy savings to the end user. What energy draw are we adding to this? This must take something to operate.
It does. So we have a pump and we have a control board, but we're really talking a light bulb running for 4 hours.
That's it.
That's it. And you're really going to make that all up on the energy savings when you're running an air conditioner.
Easily make that up.
Oh.
So in conclusion, there's a couple pieces I want to kind of go back and touch on. Essentially since 1902, when Mr. Carrier created HVAC or iced air, there have been little to no modifications since then. The system you see today in front of you, very similar to the original system, not just in principle but in process. This system here has truly revolutionized what's happening with HVAC. What we can do with reduction in cost to the end user, energy reduction overall to the system, the wear and tear on the system, and some of the additional wins that we've even yet to find out because every day is a new deal with this system. We're going to use the companion to marry to modern day HVACs for both residential, commercial, industrial, which will change your return back to you in usage based on how big your draw is. So our commercial customers will see a larger return as opposed to some of our residential customers, but the return is going to be substantial. We're going to run not just the AC Companion, but we're currently in development of a freestanding AC unit. Will look very similar to standard modern day AC systems. It'll have our companion built into it, and it will be just a hair more than some of the standard commercial systems that are on the market today. So in short, this system is truly a win-win. It's truly a great opportunity for residential, commercial, and industrial users. It's a win for the environment. It's a win for the economy. It's a win for the carbon footprint. It's an overall success thus far, and we're excited to introduce it to you.